Hello, my lovely army! It is your favorite BTS Saren here. Can you believe the long wait of 2025 is finally over? We are stepping into a brand new era in 2026. To bring us the most beautiful spring gift, our 7 angels have been pouring their souls into a new album. Do you remember? Back in July and August of last year, they were secretly gathered in LA for a special song camp. Now they are back home in Korea, and the recording is complete. I bet they are sweating in the practice room right now. They might be working on choreography, or maybe, just maybe, they are capturing those breathtaking concept photos that make us all faint. Or perhaps they are already finished? And for the music video, I have a feeling they traveled somewhere exotic to film a cinematic masterpiece. Mark your calendars, darlings. The big day is finally set for March 20th. We only have about 2 months of waiting left. I wonder what kind of sound they have created for us this time. I am trembling with excitement. But that is not all. The news we have been dreaming of, the world tour, is finally out. For my Japanese armies, get ready for the Tokyo Dome on April 17th and 18th. I know. The ticketing war hasn't started yet, but my heart is already pounding just thinking about the results. Are you nervous too? Now, let us take a deep breath and look at the specifics for this glorious comeback on March 20th. The countdown site for their full group comeback is live, and seeing those numbers tick down makes my heart race. Did you see it? On the 5th of this month, the grand staircase at Sejong Center in Seoul turned completely purple. It was adorned with the logo of the 5th full album dropping on March 20th. Seeing our group's name and the release date painted there, surely I was not the only one who teared up at that majestic sight. And starting the 13th, the boys took over the world. Outdoor ads popped up in New York, Tokyo, and London. If you are in Tokyo, check Shibuya Crossing, the Ebisu Underground, or the Shinjuku Promenade. Our boys are everywhere. From Tower Records to the Ginza line, the city is covered in BTS. It feels like a festival, doesn't it? And amidst all this excitement, the full world tour details dropped yesterday. I nearly screamed. Starting with Goyang on April 9th, 11th, and 12th, they will visit 34 cities, 79 shows in total. This is the biggest tour in K-pop history, a legendary scale even for our kings. The magic begins with 3 glorious nights at the Goyang Sports Complex. It will be a spectacular, flashy opening that only they can pull off. Then they fly to Tokyo for mid-April, followed by a homecoming in Busan on June 12th and 13th. After that, they conquer North America starting in Tampa. 12 cities, 28 shows. Then off to Europe in June. London, Paris, 5 cities will witness their greatness over 12 magical nights. And of course, they could never forget South America, visiting 5 cities there too. It has been 4 long years since we last saw them on a world tour in Las Vegas. I miss them so much, it hurts. Starting in November, they will warm up the winter in Taiwan and 5 Southeast Asian cities. Then, ringing in 2027, they head to Australia in February, followed by Hong Kong and the Philippines. Can you believe it? For Japan, this is the first proper tour since the Love Yourself, Speak Yourself tour in July 2019. 7 years without seeing them like this? I am sure many tears of joy will be shed that night. Get this. They are using a 360-degree stage for this tour. Every single seat will feel close to them. The immersion is going to be out of this world, pulling us right into their universe. They even promised more dates for Japan and the Middle East in 2027. But first, let us talk about Tokyo. For those precious Tokyo Dome tickets on April 17th and 18th, the lottery for official fan club members starts January 22nd at 9 p.m. Good luck, everyone! The whole world is watching this historic moment. Even the global media is shaken by the scale of this tour. The BBC reported on the 13th that this comeback tour could generate over $1 billion. That is about 1,593 billion yen. The power they hold is truly terrifying, isn't it? They mentioned that the previous world tour made over $246 million. That is nearly 392 billion yen, reminding the world that BTS was the first Korean act to headline Wembley Stadium. Hearing about their new journey just makes me swell with pride. I cannot wait to see what history they make next. The sheer scale of this is absolutely breathtaking, isn't it? With so many cities and performances, The success is going to be astronomical. Now, even the prestigious BBC in the UK couldn't help but cover this excitement, giving us such a detailed report. But oh my gosh, they accidentally let a potential tour name slip out. Can you believe it? We finally got the world tour dates late last night. I stayed up waiting, didn't you? But the official tour name is still a secret. Since our beloved boys haven't revealed the new album title yet, it makes perfect sense to keep us guessing a little longer. But get this, when the BBC announcer was chatting with a lucky army, they actually called it the Beyond Infinity Tour. They said it with such confidence, using a name that hasn't even been released to the world yet. I thought, wow, the BBC really has inside connections. Or so I hoped. But rather than a secret leak, it seems they might have just watched a fan theory video on YouTube and got a little confused. There was actually a video with the title Beyond Infinity Tour, and it seems that was their source. They must have been doing their homework diligently, but didn't realize it was just a fan-made concept. So, my lovely armies, it seems the official name is still a beautiful mystery waiting to be solved. First things first, I think we need the album details. The title will probably drop first, or maybe at the exact same moment to surprise us completely. My heart is racing just thinking about what the album name will be. And speaking of the tour, rumor has it that while they are traveling the world, our boys might grace a special event with their presence. People are whispering about the American Music Awards. There's no official word yet, but listen to this. It is officially scheduled for Memorial Day weekend in May, taking place in the dazzling city of Las Vegas. Since Memorial Day always falls on the last Monday of May, it's going to be a long holiday weekend. We are looking at dates around May 23rd, 24th, or 25th. And guess what? BTS is already scheduled to perform in Las Vegas on the 23rd and 24th. But the 25th, that date is currently wide open. Because the stars are aligning like this, I really think there's a huge chance they will attend the awards. They have won so many trophies there and have such a deep history with the show. So it feels like destiny, doesn't it? It would be the perfect promotion in the US. And I'm just so excited imagining them on that red carpet again. However, I know there are some mixed emotions swirling around regarding the dates for April 17th and the 18th at Tokyo Dome. Since those are the only 2 days listed for Japan right now, I know many of you are feeling heartbroken, especially since our dearest leader, Namjoon, promised us on Weverse Live that he'd be visiting Japan often next year. We all held on to his sweet words, believing we would see them many times. So this surprise was a bit of a shock. But dry those tears! If you look closely at the announcement, it teases more cities coming in 2027, including Japan. I truly believe that when Namjoon spoke to us, he was looking at the big picture of 2026 and 27 together as one big era. That means 2027 could be absolutely full of Japan dates. Maybe there will even be a whole month dedicated just to tour in Japan. I really think so. I know it's hard to wait when you miss them so much right now, and hearing next year feels like an eternity. And the fear of the ticketing war for just 2 days at Tokyo Dome is terrifying, I know. But let's look at the bright side. After the world tour opens in Korea on April 9th, 11th, and 12th, the very next stop is Tokyo Dome. That is an incredibly special honor, isn't it? It proves how much they cherish you, putting you right next to their homeland because they know your passion is unmatched. BTS wants to start this global journey with the best energy possible to gain momentum, and they decided that Japan was the best place to find that strength. I really feel their love in this decision, and if we think of it that way, our hearts can feel a little lighter. So please, do not give up on the ticketing battle just yet. I know the competition is fierce, but until the final moment, nothing is decided. You still have a chance. Let's stay positive, manifest good luck, and prepare our hearts to welcome them with the biggest smiles possible. All right, my lovely armies, let's talk about our prince, Jin, who completely conquered the variety world last year. But prepare your hearts, because our worldwide handsome is gracing the cover of Marie Claire's February issue. We are talking about 36 pages of pure visual heaven and breathtaking photos. And in the middle of all this excitement, a special interview video was released on their YouTube channel. I simply had to share the most precious moments with you all. When asked where his brilliant ideas come from, Jin gave such a classic answer. He said, "I am a man of pure instinct. Even with a plan, if he sees something fun, he just goes for it. Like that time he spotted a mask while waiting under the stage. His curiosity took over instantly and he asked, "What is this thing?" When the staff said the dancers wear it, our playful Jin asked, "Can I wear it too?" They said it would be fun. And just like that, he wore it on stage during the live show. Isn't that just so him? When asked about the crowd's reaction, he was so humble about it. He said it was just another prop, but I think he secretly loved it. He told us he really enjoyed his grand entrance. He said, "I was able to see the stage and the audience with a brand new perspective." That is so deep and touching. Then he pulled out a precious childhood photo. He confessed that back then, he didn't really have one specific dream. You know how kids are, right? One day you want to be a superhero, the next day a pilot. He said he wanted to be this and that, changing his mind constantly. Since he had over 500 dreams a year, he felt like he didn't have a serious direction. But around 7 or 8 years old, while listening to music, a thought sparked in his heart. It would be nice to be a singer. Out of 500 dreams, that one appeared about 10 times. But his biggest goal back then? He just wanted to be someone who looked successful in other people's eyes. Now, when people tell him BTS is doing so well, he says, his heart feels so full. Like he finally achieved that life goal. And the way he said, "It is all thanks to ARMY." I'm sure many ARMYs cried hearing that. I was so surprised and touched too. Next, he explained the story behind that adorable pigtail photo on Instagram. His reason for posting it? Simply because it was the first photo in his album. He didn't overthink it at all. Just picked it because it was right there at the top. He revealed he rarely takes photos. So the latest one was actually from 2 or 3 weeks ago. Can you believe he only uses 30 gigabytes of storage? And that includes thousands of photos. That is over 10 years of memories. And yes, that cute hairstyle was also totally spontaneous. Just 2 minutes before hitting the stage, he saw the hairstylist holding a pencil case. It had a character with pigtails on it, and Jin thought, "Oh, that kid is cute." He immediately asked, "Do you have a headband like that?" The stylist found one and boom! He went up for the encore looking absolutely adorable. It was such a genuine Jin-style interview, wasn't it? Hearing him thank ARMY again and again. It just proves how big his heart is. His journey to success is legendary. But the process he is going through now is even more amazing. I find myself wondering, how much more will he evolve after the world tour? I'm really looking forward to seeing what side of himself he shows us this year. My heart can barely handle the anticipation. Now, let's talk about our other heartthrobs. Taehyung is releasing his photo book, Type 1, on January 19th. And Jungkook, who absolutely crushed it as the Calvin Klein ambassador last year. Well, hold on to your breath. Because these two were spotted together on Monday, January 12th. They were at a Japanese-style tavern in Yongsan. No photos allowed, but they sweetly signed autographs and gave a thumbs up saying it's delicious. But here's the funny part that has everyone talking. The name of the restaurant. It's called Usotsuke, which means liar. What a unique name, right? It makes the whole story even more memorable. Seeing them hanging out together like that? Fans everywhere are screaming with joy. I swear, we just cannot take our eyes off these two. Their bond is truly forever. I put on my detective hat just for you, my darlings, and found something adorable. It wasn't a flashy, high-end restaurant, but a cozy, bustling spot full of everyday warmth. To think our two shining stars descended into such a humble place, it just makes my heart flutter. But let's be honest, with visuals like theirs, they must have stood out like diamonds in the rough. I was so surprised and touched. Usually, idols worry about hiding their faces, but our boys walked in with the confidence of kings. It really shows how strong and carefree their mentality is, doesn't it? Hearing about these destiny-like encounters makes me so jealous of K-ARMYs. Imagine breathing the same air as them. It's the kind of miracle we all dream of. And listen to this. It happened on January 12th. That was exactly 1 day before the massive world tour announcement. It feels like the calm before the storm of excitement, doesn't it? Since the two of them were together, my imagination is running wild. Maybe they were just at Hybe, sweating it out in practice before grabbing a meal? Just picturing their bond warms my soul. I know we're all missing their beautiful voices. They usually spoil us with Weverse lives, but they haven't come to visit us yet this year. I'm pouting a little, aren't you? But let's be understanding, sweethearts. With the comeback approaching and a legendary world tour to prepare for, they must be working themselves to the bone just for us. I'll wait patiently, though, even if it's just for a brief moment when the dust settles. I'm dying to see their first live of the year. My heart is ready to race again. It really takes me back. Remember last June, when all the members finally reunited and our 7 kings stood together again? I'm sure many armies cried oceans of happy tears that day. Last year gave us such precious memories too, with our sunshine Hobie lighting up the world with his solo tour, and our lovely Jimin pouring his heart out in his own concerts. They showed us their individual brilliance, but this year we finally witnessed the majesty of their group chemistry again. And you know what that means? The world tour is coming to sweep us off our feet. I can feel it in my bones that they'll visit Japan too. Are your light sticks ready? With the album dropping on March 20th, I think they are sprinting full speed ahead right now. The passion in the recording studio must be absolutely explosive. Let's promise to watch over them warmly and walk this flower path together, okay? We won't miss a single beat of their journey. I was just so happy to share these precious little updates with you today. Talking about them really is the highlight of my day. That is all for this episode, my lovelies. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing this wave of emotions with me. Please make sure to subscribe so we can keep gushing over our boys together. I'm really looking forward to seeing you next time.